The following is a paid advertisement for Schlang Incorporated.
Hello, my name is Tim Heidecker.
Hi, my name is Eric Wareheim.
And this is the DVD commentary for Tim and Eric's billion-dollar movie starring Tim Heidecker and Eric Wareheim. Thanks for listening.
Welcome to the experience.
You know, Eric and I did one season of commentary for Awesome Show, and then we stopped because the show was too fast for us to ever talk about anything in any great detail. So we're enjoying the pace of this film to slow down and just enjoy listening to us talk about this movie we made.
Super Seat works! First, several needles are connected to a vein in your arm. Chemicals are then introduced to sync.
This guy's Frank Slayton. He's one of our favorite actors. You've probably seen him in our TV show, Tim and Eric's Awesome Show. Great job. He's just got a great look for us. He also asked us one time if he could intern on the show, in all seriousness.
Your legs are moved out of your line of sight and into our pad.
We got Bob Odenkirk on the voiceover here. A lot of people asking why, if Bob Odenkirk was going to be in the movie, and here is Bob Odenkirk in our movie. He wasn't able to be in the movie because of his commitments to Breaking Bad, a show that we're both big fans of, so we understand. But Bob has been in everything we've done since Tom Goes to the Mayor, and we're glad that he's able to be in the film.
He's the best. And Jeff Goldblum here, he's one of our early friends as well. Bob introduced us to Jeff when we first moved to Hollywood. And within weeks of being here, we both received cell phone calls from Jeff Goldblum. And when I got the call, I remember covering the handset and telling my girlfriend, Jeff Goldblum's on the phone. Can you please keep it down, honey? It's quite an experience.
Rapidly open and close your left eye, like this.
Wow, this is easy.
Now, this man's name is Bob Ross. As many of you know, is the Tan Man from Awesome Show. And Bob has seemed to, from what I understand, has made a small career out of being a member of the Tim and Eric family. You can pay him and he'll call you and have a conversation with you, and he sells autographs, and he sort of blissfully carries on while using the property of our show as his, like he makes his own brooches, and he doesn't seem to understand that there's a potential legal problem with all the choices he's making, but we let him go on with it.
He also shows up to shoots on a Harley Davidson. He prefers to drive his motorcycle to set. Just a little fun fact.
And one day I'd like to release I'd say probably 3 hours of phone calls that I've recorded with him that will one day see the light of day. Eric, I think we had, something like 7 or 8 of these slates in the movie at some point?
Schlang is kind of our Cinco for movies. It's this company that owns everything and does everything.
Wow.
Paris. Hey, Tim and Eric, how did you guys afford to go all the way to Paris and shoot?
This was an early idea to, I think even Adam McKay helped with this idea, saying that we should have this giant opening to our movie, and even suggested getting a really big famous cinematographer to film it, and getting a big star, and we had big plans for this opening, and I think we still managed to make it work. Of course, we wanted Brad Pitt for this.
Or the real Johnny Depp. Or Tom Cruise.
And we just kept saying, Funny or Die, just get your Rolodexes out and do some work here and get us somebody huge that's going to blow everybody away. And we had a list, and it was a lot of people on the list that just were very famous and well-respected, great actors that wouldn't have cut the mustard for us because they've made fun of themselves before, like Bruce Willis and even Tom Cruise. I don't think we would have been okay with.
Yeah, Tropic Thunder ruined it.
So it got closer and closer to the shoot, and we realized we could not get a real celeb. And we had worked with Johnny Rodriguez before. Is his name Johnny Rodriguez? Tommy Rodriguez? Ronnie Rodriguez. And we've worked with him before, and it was one of those things where we just realized it was probably a funnier idea that we got fooled into working with a impersonator instead of having the real guy there, because who really cares?
Did you guys notice how long Directed by Tim and Eric was up there? It's very long.
But our producer fooled us with this woman here, Erica Durance, because we decided we didn't want a famous person for the woman, the waitress. So our producer cast that woman, but we didn't realize that she was actually a famous TV star herself on a show that we've never seen.
John Mugar's a devil. We got to give a big shout out to some of our
Tim
producers.
Heidecker, Eric Wareheim.
Casting, of course, is a big part of what we do, and they just nailed it in this. There's Robert Loggia, a good example. We really need a Robert Loggia kind of bad guy, and he delivered the Loggia. So kudos.
What the fuck was that?
If you're listening to the commentary right now and you're kind of getting bummed out and depressed because it's not that interesting or funny, we're really just getting warmed up. And I imagine the next 10 or 15 minutes, some sort of rhythm and flow is going to start happening, and it's going to get really fun and interesting.
Yeah.
So just stick with it. That's actually a piece of this, a prop. It's a prop budget.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Minutes of usable footage. They had expensive personal makeovers.
These two guys don't get into premiere parties. These guys get in front of the line of premieres parties.
And they accidentally cast a Johnny Depp impersonator instead of the genuine Johnny.
I mean, Ronnie's just amazing.
If you're wondering who the voice is and you didn't watch the end of the credits the first time, I'm assuming you're not watching this movie for the first time with the commentary on. Am I correct?
You never know. I mean, with some of these name
there
brands.
are some dopes out there.
Yeah.
But so if you hadn't watched the end of the credits, you can you would not know that the narrator here is none other than Michael Gross, who starred in I got a phone call coming in, Eric, from 866. That's a private number. I mean a toll-free number. Should I take it?
I would take it.
Hello. Uh-oh. Oh, you know what? These fuckers, man. You're not going to believe. You know what they've been doing?
What?
They're calling me to tell me that they just have to read something to me. They have to say we're legally obliged to tell you that the HUD is now accepting meetings for some such bullshit. So they called me twice. And then the third time they called, I said, you got to stop. You got to put me on your manager. You got to stop this.
It's a real person the first two times?
Yeah, it's a real person. So bogus. I said, all right, I'm done. Put me on the list. And now they're calling me again. So sorry about that, guys. Mary Bly.
She's one of our favorites. This performance is just unbelievable.
Put your mouth around like you like to do.
Ma, when we're hungry, I'll ring the bell. Then you'll know to put some chili on.
After days of work shopping.
This interesting fun fact. I'm going to give you a bunch of Eric's fun facts throughout this commentary.
Well, there should all be just fun facts. I don't know if you want to distinguish them.
Mine are kind of skewed towards like my style stuff, right. Like Eric stuff.
All right.
This house, the person we rented it from is Miss 420 MD, a medical marijuana doctor, a very attractive Indian woman, and that's about all I have to say about that.
This is, of course, the great Zach Galifianakis, who, we worked with for many years. He's, it's a partnership that we realize is valuable to us as business, in the business of the show business. And, it pays off. It's very stressful working with him because he's very serious and kind of, he's got a kind of an attitude about the work.
Yeah, he's not very fun on set.
And he's really a stickler to sticking with the script. If you go, we'll write a script for him. and he'll have memorized it, and we'll say, well, just play with it, have fun with it. If you don't worry about the words. He goes, nope, you guys are the writers. I'm going to stick to what you wrote because you guys are. I want to respect the work that you guys did. And we go, don't worry about that. We understand. We just want this to be a jumping off point. And he said, nope, I'm going to say exactly what you wrote.
Yeah, it was very tense on set and quite uncomfortable.
But we think we got a good performance out of it, as we captured some of that tension. No.
Just steep it.
I remember a week before we were going to shoot this, one tradition we have with Zach when we work together is he likes to go to the wig store and pick out his wig. And so he sent me a picture of the wig that he wanted to use, and it was actually very similar to the wig that I'm wearing in this scene. So I had to give him the bad news that, Zach, you got to keep looking. You got to keep working on that,
right.
Because we're not going to look. We don't want to have the same wigs.
But he did come up with something great.
I mean, that's the thing, Eric, is sometimes you're met with a challenge, and that just makes you stronger. I thought you'd know that more than anybody.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you just reinforcing that idea on the commentary. Remember, this was our first day of shooting.
This was the first day of shooting.
I remember laughing so hard, just trying to watch Zach perform, and I was thinking, there's no way in hell I'm getting through this movie. I'm going to ruin this movie because of my laughing and tearing up so much.
I made enemies with our costume department on the very first day because we jumped into the water, and it was we were in the water for a while. I came out of the water, and there was no change of underwear for me, and I was very upset about that.
That's got to be uncomfortable.
And I kind of lost my temper with them. I said, clean it up. Let's be pros.
Disco to drown their sorrows.
I don't know what we're gonna do, man.
Now, this Circus Disco is an actual real club very close to our office that I've seen many times, and I'm very glad we got to shoot inside of it.
The Tan Man connection to Awesome Show is now complete with the gentleman behind me, whose name is Jay Mahweeny. And that's how you pronounce his name around our office. Jay Mahweeny.
I get so fucking high.
I want a hashish.
I'm gonna get skit on my nose.
Yo, I want to go dumb.
You can't tell those are prosthetic teeth that the wonderful Ed French designed for us.
Bunch of shit up our holes.
Yeah, let's go fucking nuts.
Let's dance!
This is a little piece of music that old, there he is, DJ Doug Pound, Doug Lucenhop wrote for the movie.
It's called Up Our Holes.
Fucking high. So fucking high. I'm gonna get so fucking high.
Yo, I want to go dumb.
I'm gonna get skit on my nose. Skit on my nose. I'm gonna get skit on my nose.
It was real coke.
There's Mark Livingood back there in the pink blouse.
Bass player for Puss Whip Bang Gang, if anybody saw us on the road a couple years ago.
Some classic Tim and Eric stuff right here.
I was wearing Spanx for a lot of this. I don't know I can't remember if you were.
I think I had them on.
But it didn't seem to do very much good.
I want a hashish.
There's Raz in there. That's actually some digital smoke for you special.
This
effect
hurt
heads.
so bad.
Put a bunch of shit up.
This actually didn't hurt too bad.
Shit up our holes. Bunch of shit. Bunch of shit.
I put a little bit of Novocaine on my rod just to get the surface numb. I just said go for it.
Well, it's not a very sensitive area. I don't see why it would hurt.
Problem is now I took out that piercing and I have very infected holes.
Ugh.
It's not good.
You all right?
This is an actual working bathroom, which I think is pretty cool. A lot of people wonder, how did you guys build that set? And we said, well, we just went into a bathroom and shot it.
And this is actual, real urine.
But not
all
from your
over.
penis, just from the prop guy.
We bottled it and we asked the prop guy, why couldn't you just use some yellow syrup?
There's Doug again and John Mugar. Ever since we started Awesome Show, they've always played our doubles in every little opportunity we get.
When I've been watching this, we've put so much makeup on Will Ferrell in this. I
It's
can't
like
tell.
a clown.
Darken the eyebrows and around his eyes, but it looks really scary.
Yeah, he looks like he's the devil or something.
Going in until I
I put on these
$1 billion.
Man, I love this.
$1 billion.
Conveniently, a commercial to help us make some money. That's right. That's good writing.
I think there was a meeting early on with the script of this that somebody reading it kind of got to this point and said, "It's a little hard to believe that this would happen. It's a little like bad, convenient storytelling." And we said, "Yeah, but you know what? It's going to be fun.
Yeah. I remember.
Who cares?"
I remember reading the script and being like, this is going to be a conventional spoof movie. And I got a little scared. And then after I watch it, every moment just feels like a real altered nightmare.
It doesn't feel like any other movie I've
No,
ever seen.
I'm just very happy with it.
It would mean a lot to me if we could run this mall, I could make love to this hot woman, and we could start a business partnership together.
I fought very hard to have a lot of these scenes in black and white. It was my idea to go back and forth.
Oh, that was you?
And yeah.
I got the emails about someone high up. They didn't say who.
Yeah. And I just thought it would add such a neat spark to the film, create a different kind of energy.
Right.
But everybody was sort of like, "You're nuts. There's no way it's going to work." I guess because of the way you develop the film, it's got to be either one format or another.
Right. I mean, there's a huge list of reasons why we shouldn't do that. It's just one of them.
But I thought it'd be funny that some of the movie's black and white, some of it's color, and there's no way to know which scene's going to be in black and white.
Right.
You know, it's sort of like
a surprise.
It's like a random surprise.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, I guess.
And then under the black and white scenes, you could have like old-time ragtime music playing, which could tell you which scene. That way you could know if it was black and white.
Yeah.
If you were colorblind or whatever.
Yeah, that would probably be cool for like a personal project, you know.
Well, this is a personal project for both of us.
Friendship is touch.
Jim Joe, please stop. We have to do this for ourselves. We're sorry.
Originally in the script, at this point, we got onto our blinged out ATV called Boom Boom, and we were going to take off. And Tim Heidecker sends me a clip, and he's like, Dumb and Dumber did this. They did that joke. So we rewrote it. We said, let's just run it. Let's just do a quick walk. And that was
which is a slight ode to the another comedy. No, Forrest Gump was brought up as an idea, and also the Monty Python's Holy Grail
Coconut
with
Run.
the Coconut Run. And we got Amy Mann singing vocals here, recorded in my garage.
And beautiful music by Tim Heidecker here.
I just tried to get emotional here and let my let's not always joke around with music. You know, let's take it seriously.
Serious.
Hi, this is Tim and Eric. Sorry we're not here right now. We've left town to become business members. We are now Dobis.
Cornell.
These guys were great. They made there's not really any jokes in any of these scenes. Those are the jokes. That's the one joke.
A little behind the scenes secret. A lot of the reaction shots that we've used in this movie are when the actors think the camera is off. That's sometimes when we get the most natural smiles, eye wipes. But when you see someone's eyes closed, it's usually us saying, "Okay, now close your eyes," which is kind of awkward for them.
Want to strap them up, just let a bamboo tree go right under their ass, huh?
If we ever get a star, on Hollywood Walk of Fame for our work as directors, the quote underneath should be, "Now close your eyes."
Yes.
Stock footage. Okay, tell me what you think.
Coming up, my favorite scene in the entire movie. It's the transformation montage. It's two friends switching gears. Just really like the way this is shot. This scene is sweet.
Take a look.
It's just not right.
But not the greatest.
You know, Eric, if we're going to be businessmen, I think maybe we should look like businessmen too.
I agree.
Now, when we've screened this, there's not a lot of people that laugh out loud whenever we say something like businessmen or talk about Dobis. But I hope it's the kind of joke that sits in your heart and makes you laugh. maybe right before you're about to go to sleep or when you're driving to work the next day. It's not going to be a gut-punching knee slapper of a joke, but we hope that it lives on for a long time as a great memory for you.
A lot of great sound effects here. Editors. Dan Hayworth.
Dan Hayworth deserves a lot of credit for this sequence here, just surprising us with this music choice.
Yeah. That's the first movie he made, first movie we made, first movie he edited. So give us a break. That's what we're trying to say. Two friends washing each other. No need to wash the other person. You can just wash your own arms. We've always been obsessed with the businessman look. The pleated khakis, the bad button up. Two friends dressing each other, there's really no need to have another man help you, but
I remember there being lots of discussions about these shirts because they are obviously the shirts that we were going to wear through the rest of the movie at this point. So it was a tough trying to find the exact shirt that was going to be, whether or not it was going to be long sleeve or polo or short sleeve. How would the decals work? Because it's a little blue collar to have the Dobus there on the side. It feels a little mechanic-y, but the shirt is nice and white collar, but it's certainly not something you'd ever see anybody wear, I don't think, at the same time. Boy, you're really getting attached to that photo, bud.
Tim, it's not just a picture, man. That could be the girl of my dreams.
All right, let's just try to stay focused on what's important here.
Ever since I saw you in that commercial, Katie, I felt this scene coming up, the masturbation scene. We recently screened the film to some teenagers, and the father was in the crowd. And I did get uncomfortable. I was sitting right next to the father. I was masturbating. I was thinking about the son masturbating because as a teen, you masturbate a lot as a teen. And the dad's probably caught the son at some point, and I just felt there was
found paraphernalia.
Yeah, it just reminded me of a lot of things. I got busted twice for adult magazines in my home. And I remember how that felt. It's not good. Mom, if you're listening to this, I'm very sorry.
She does not know how to activate the commentary track.
Yeah, there's no way to switch the commentary. Love you, Mom. Just in case you figure it out.
Okay, well, Eric, I think we could do like a comedy 101 series here. One would be when in the midst of doing a very big joke, such as masturbating in a bed with another man, it's important to be also doing a very small joke. So as you could see which is great, a big joke, I'm doing a very small reaction. If you had me sitting there going, whoa, that would be a big problem. It wouldn't be as funny.
No. You did a great job, Tim. Is that what you want?
No, I'm saying let's talk about why things work and why things don't.
Oh, right.
It's
contrast.
A combination of big and small.
Gotcha.
Okay?
I agree.
I'm not going to... Every Comedy 101 point along this movie is not going to be highlighting something great I did. Chances are it's going to come up again because I'm in a lot of the movie.
All right. I just didn't know exactly how you wanted to play Comedy 101, but now I know, so...
Yeah. If you see something that is a great opportunity to talk about what makes something work or doesn't, whether or not I'm in it or you're in it, whoever's in it, bring it up. Don't be afraid.
So here we are.
We're at the mall.
It was a big challenge to try to find a real abandoned mall that didn't have dangerous black mold. I think this mall did have dangerous black mold, but the first couple malls were, not good working conditions. We were not allowed to bring other men there and women. The crew did wear face masks for most of this shoot because there was a lot of dust.
There's great Will Will Ferrell.
This was another one of those scenes where I thought I was going to ruin the whole movie and every take. And I was literally sitting in front of Bill, and I was crying and laughing out loud. And he continued to just deliver an amazing performance because he's a professional.
Sorry to spook you.
Good to meet you. Hey, come in.
These are some of the longest takes we did on the movie.
Yeah, this was there in the earlier cuts of this movie. This scene was much longer. It was probably twice as long, if not more, because every little moment had lots of funny stuff going on around it. So we had a funny little scene with the floppy disks there, and all kinds of other stuff that I guess probably we'll find on the DVD here, extended scene section. But while everything was funny, Comedy 101, it felt that this scene was too weighted. There was too much time spent in this scene where you forgot what movie you were watching. You felt like you might just be watching a short film starring Tim Heidecker, Will Ferrell, and Eric Wareheim.
We are from Dobas PR. We saw your commercial, and we're here to run the mall and make that $1 billion.
Do you want to watch Top Gun?
Right now?
I love that movie.
Do you have a copy?
I have it here somewhere. There it is.
The Top Gun sequence here was probably the scene that was on the chopping block for the longest time and closest to being cut out of anything else. It was such a easy thing to cut, but we believe in it.
We love it. I'm glad it stayed. I was even skeptical at times.
I guess.
It's not a scene from Top Gun, but we had our wonderful Davin Wood do some music similar to Danger Zone, which you can barely hear.
I would love to focus in on the business. You know.
It literally means the world to me.
So I think another idea in the movie that might not hit you right away, but when you're watching this, maybe later it occurs to you that the guys have now just spent an hour and a half watching a movie, sitting in these uncomfortable chairs on a shitty little TV, and now they're about to watch it again. So now we're talking about 3 hours of sitting in this guy's office before any kind of business is discussed. I think that's kind of a funny idea.
Much Top Gun.
And then they just get made fun of for trying to be nice about it. And you realize that this guy is a complete lunatic.
He's great.
Not just the songs, either. The score is good.
The motorcycle.
Tim and Eric really trying to make it work here, trying to get back into the meeting, trying to butter him up.
Jesus.
I just think there's things about this movie that it doesn't really look like a comedy, though, does it? I mean, it's kind of lit like a horror movie or something.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Rachel Morrison, awesome DP, did a great job. Little to no money. Made it look wonderful.
We had one light to work with for this whole movie. You could see it there on the right.
She's also, an average-sized woman, and I am kind of an extra-large man. So there's many
She's
times...
a normal-sized woman.
I said average.
I know, but average makes it sound like it's not great. It's not good or bad.
It's
just sort of like
a regular lady. And a lot of the times she would have to stand on multiple apple boxes just to get the right angle for me. But I appreciate the work.
Noted. Okay.
Well, if I can just move on, one more thing. I hate to do this to you, but in the commercial you said we're going to make $1 billion.
Oh, the money's coming.
We worked on this wink sound effect a lot. We went through maybe 5 or 6 different sound effect options. Some are a little too cartoony. Some are too real. Glad we settled on this one.
Yeah, happen again.
Sorry, we're still seeing it.
Really? I find that hard to believe.
So, wink. That was a wink.
I don't think I winked.
Yeah, we both saw it. You winked. I don't know if it's some kind of reflexive thing.
No.
Would you just mind saying, Tim and Eric, you'll make the $1 billion, run the mall, and there's no wink?
I hate doing this, but could you just, even with your hands,
happy
just
to.
keep them open?
Yeah.
Then just
Also, this weird office is kind of amazing. Our art department headed by Rosie Sanders went through this mall, this shithole mall, and found just crap and filled all the offices and stores and hallways with found things. Same with some of the names of these stores. They found letters just randomly and put together the funniest words like crap and shh. Some of my favorite store names.
And Shaz, was it Shaz?
I can't remember.
There's Jack Riley.
Damien, what is it? Taquito!
These?
Jack is a treat to work with.
You know, a little story about this, about John being in the movie, was obviously it was we were working under a very short period of time to make this movie, and we have all these incredible, talented, very busy people in the movie. So their schedules are their schedules become one of the more difficult elements of production, getting everybody in the same place. So John was actually in France shooting the movie Carnage that came out recently, and was going to be coming back and doing a few days on our movie. And we found out while we were in Palm Springs that he was getting out of Carnage early because of an issue on their end, and flew back from Paris to Los Angeles and drove from the airport past his house to Palm Springs, where he had been away from his family for many months, and had to come to our movie set, our shitty little movie set in a crappy, horrible, cold, dusty, abandoned mall.
From Polanski to Tim and Eric.
So just imagine you're John C. Reilly and you're being thrown into this position. You're being put in that horrible outfit, putting dirt and blood and crap all over your face, and being asked to be sick. And I just want to salute him and honor him.
He's a champion. Well, this is Tennessee and Robert Axelrod, two of my personal favorites of this movie. We wanted to have these interstitials throughout the movie to kind of help you understanding what's going on. Little industrial footage.
There's a slight unevenness in the movie because there was originally 3 of those Understanding Your Movies, and now there's only 2 for many reasons. But
which one did we cut out?
I think the bedroom scene.
Oh, right.
And it probably, if you're writing a film like this, guys and girls, you want to talk about balance, you're going to want to put 3 of those breaks in there. But we couldn't do it.
We couldn't do it.
Screwed up, mummies.
Oh, no.
Are you scared?
Scared.
William Atherton, another great performance.
Where are your sons?
I wish I could help you, but I can't. Sorry.
I wish I could help you, but I can't. Sorry.
Where are your sons? Where is it? Earl.
We shot this stuff early on as well, and when we got that Bly performance, I think we all said to ourselves, this is going to be something else.
Another praise for Jack Riles is he saw the wardrobe of this little kid that grew up in the mall, and he denied the wardrobe people and said, I want actual little boy clothing. And they went out and got it, and I think it was very successful.
I did have to talk him out of these blue kids' glasses that I think would have made things very unwatchable if he was wearing those glasses. Bad news.
And this is Simon's. They sell things for mommies and daddies.
Oh, hey, Eric, check it out. Swords.
Cool, I love swords.
Here comes the Fort, Bill Forte.
I'm going to say one of the most pleasant men I've met in my adult life.
He's a dream. He couldn't have been happier to be there. He was up for anything. At the end of the day, he'd go back to the hotel. He'd say, well, you want to get a bite? Do you want to have a drink? What do you want? You know, a pleasant, agreeable, can I give you one more take, Forte.
Will has done a lot with us, and every time he's gotten to real tears. He says it's very therapeutic working with us.
I like things this way. I don't want things to change.
Okay.
I sell 2 swords a year. I'm good. I sell no.
This might have been the last scene we shot of principal photography.
It's a great way to go out.
It was intense. He really went dark and screamed at us.
This particular moment, you might be feeling like you're on a loop. It's because you are. We used every single take of What Now You Do because they're all so good.
In my head, I gotta sort it out. It'll help to not have you right in my fucking face the whole time.
Well, we look forward to doing business with you, sir.
Yes.
The Dobus outfits are not very flattering.
No, I was just going to say that.
If you see, I think our pants are switched and I'm wearing yours. If you see the length of mine, they're very short.
Mine are very long.
Yeah.
Well, here we are. Here's my humble abode. And your temporary home away from home.
They're so fat.
Careful.
This was another amazing job that our Rosie and her production design team put together, this labyrinth of taquitos lair. Pretty elaborate and complicated set here, built again in the mall.
That's Roy. Don't look him in the eye.
Hello?
It's a weird roommate here.
Get the fuck out of here!
We've all had those kind of guys in our life.
Here we are.
Speaking of masturbating, you can only imagine what goes on in that little cove.
Not a lot of cleanup as well.
Amazing details in this room again, Rosie's department, just saturating it with weird items that they found.
If you have to do any work or any kind of calculations, you can use this machine I built. It's called the Secutor.
Eric's our numbers man here. I'm more of a managerial type for Dobus.
Really looking forward to crunching some numbers.
Here's one of my first full eyes closed moments. That I was noticing another actor who does that for real. And I was going to mention it, but I can't remember his name. I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah.
If you guys think of who it is, give us a call at 1-800-BDM-MOVIE and let us know what you think.
Keto, is everything all right?
It's only blood. It's just natural. I'm not meant to live long.
That's a T-shirt right there.
Yeah.
A little shot of taquito saying, "I'm not meant to live long." Print it. Get it on down to Santa Monica Boulevard. Venice Beach, wherever you need to go.
Good night.
Sweet dreams.
Full lip kiss.
Good night.
Awfully nice to have some company.
Thanks, Taquito.
Thank you.
And we resisted the urge to add a fart sound effect on that Eric squat there.
Yeah. It was tough to hold back.
When we do the Criterion collection, we'll do a pass with the fart sound. We knew that this scene was going to happen early on. We said we're definitely going to do a presentation, some kind of presentation for somebody that doesn't want to listen.
This is what we do, this is who we are. We're Dobus PR, we're Dobus PR. We love what we do and we love who we are.
Hold on, I'm getting another call. No, I can't take that. That's private. I guess I could, couldn't I?
Dobus be Dobus be Dobus be do 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 Dobus be Dobus be Dobus be Dobus be do 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 Dobus be Dobus be Dobus be Dobus be
Oh dear.
Dobus be Dobus be Dobus be Dobus be do 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 do.
These are a lot of Palm Springs extras, I think, at the mall here that we're happy to have on board. One logic issue I think that could come up pretty easily is when did we make that video?
We have time to edit that.
Somewhere on the run.
Hello, people of Swallow Mall. Let's give a real big warm welcome to our presidents of Dobus PR,
One of my favorite props here is the mic neck, which is something we found very early on when Tim and I moved to Hollywood. We found it at an AV store, and they were literally giving them away for free. They said, take these. And Tim and I took them and used them for one of our first bits, and then we used it for the movie.
They're very practical because you can, it's really a hands-free device. You know, once you put it around your neck, you can do whatever you want with your hands.
Key to success. We gotta get rid of that. Whoa! A wolf.
Okay, our second key to success is we've got to clean this mall up. All right, we got to put a fresh coat of paint on things. We got to get rid of all you squatters.
The third key to success is to
We talk about Katie here for a second, where she, her name is Twink Kaplan, and she is an actress who is in some movies that you might have seen, recognize her from. We had cast her on Awesome Show on a bit that we, one of the rare occasions where we shoot and edit something and cut it. I don't know, did it ever end up on a DVD?
I'm not sure, but it was opposite the great Tommy Wiseau.
It was the return of Tommy to Awesome Show, and I don't know, it just didn't work. But she was in it. She was very lovely and nice to work with, and she met our qualifications for the love interest in this film.
But that's Dobus.
That's the pride of Dobus. Get used to it, because this place is going to change.
Oh, yeah!
Come on, everybody, say Dobus! 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 Talk about Mama Dobus in the house.
At this point in the movie, I don't know, I guess you're supposed to feel some sympathy or get behind the main characters, but I don't know how you can do it with them yelling at these people like that.
No.
Got you just where I want you. There you are.
All the art here is done by the guy we always work with on our show, Tack, who has, you know, a million little inside tiny jokes going on. So very good for your DVD pause folks who want to pause things and enjoy jokes on an entirely different level. That's Tack for you.
Bitch! I want you to put me through to headquarters. God damn it! Hello?
And there's Douglas Foster, a face you might recognize. Just a brilliant, brilliant man.
Oh, you're just holding a knife out like I know. Oh, I know what to do with that.
I just wanted to see how much this sword was.
Two mustaches going head to head here, one real, one fake. Here's a disgusting thing.
Official Dobus reps here, stopping in for a meet and greet.
Hi, welcome to Reggie's. What can I get for you? You got a sale and slightly soiled.
No, we're not customers.
Thank God for Reggie
a human
here.
being.
Yeah. We originally had one idea was to put Bob Odenkirk as the role of Reggie. And I'm glad we went with a real human being, Matt O'Toole.
As opposed to Bob.
Yeah. Well, just a more
just not a comedian.
Yeah.
We didn't want a comedian for that part. We wanted somebody that you might feel a slight bit of sympathy for. Although the idea of having him run such an idiotically insane, absurd establishment might derail your ability to have any kind of sympathy for him.
All on to new roles.
What's that, shit? This is shit smell. Is that you?
Smells like poo-poo.
Yeah, my father taught
I think one of the hardest things writing this movie was there's this chunk of the movie where it's Tim and Eric going into people's stores and talking to them. And for some reason, it felt like there was like 30 of these at some point. And we couldn't figure out other ways to do it for a while. But that was a matter of cutting things out and putting things in different locations. But this needed to be in his shop.
Here's another one of my favorite moments of the movie. Great performance. Checking out another man's son.
See your mouth.
Checking out the teeth.
Nice. Nice teeth. You want to sit on Uncle Tim's lap? Get on my knee. I like your son a lot.
All right, Tim. Listen, Reggie, after a few
There's a lot of people are going to talk about the pedophilic element to that scene, but I think we always thought it more of like, the son was more of like a cool car or like a cool thing that my character wants, not necessarily a romantic sexual experience with the boy. Not that there's anything wrong with that kind of stuff. Or there is stuff wrong with that stuff. Either way. You want to jump in there or jump in on that?
Oh, I'd rather not comment on that.
What it's like to be a businessman around here, what it's like to be a real man. What it's like to be a real successful businessman. Huh? Sound good?
I mean, he wants to just be a father to a son. He doesn't want to be, molest him or anything.
No.
He just wants to be a good role model.
He doesn't want to go through the rigmarole of getting a wife and...
Right, he wants an instant son. So everybody out there can stop with the hate mail.
Great shots showcasing this crappy mall. These real creeps that they got to clean up. I love these guys.
Biggest, most expensive prop was that giant sign that you see twice.
Yeah.
Attention, squatters! This is your final warning. Please.
And now instantly Jeffrey's a part of, it's like we're collecting a family here.
Out of here.
This was a scene that somebody, we had a very great, wonderful relationship with the people putting this movie out. There was a couple notes, and one of them was, this felt like it was a scene from Austin Powers, which is about as mean of an insult as you could give to us. And I understand why they thought that, but we're fond of it anyways.
Get out and push. Get out and push.
Hey! I'm trying to work in here.
Shrim. This little informational video coming up features Ray Wise, another one of our favorite actors. Originally, I saw him in David Lynch's work, Twin Peaks, Leland Palmer, same with Robert Loggia. So quite an honor to have these guys part of it. Ray Wise also memorizes all of his lines before he comes in. He's a true professional.
Eric, you say that, but I bet a lot of people listening would just assume that all of these people do that. You wouldn't believe a lot of people don't do their work.
Yeah.
But
this is Sunshine here, and this is really her speaking in tongues. And that's Palmer's mustache.
Speaking of Jeffrey, we were talking about Jeffrey earlier. On this DVD commentary, we'd like to apologize to that actor because if I recall, I was quite rude to him throughout the production. And the reason I was because he kept laughing and smiling. And I figured if I was just, if I would be mean and yell and rude to him, he would become so uncomfortable that we'd get a better performance.
Scared of you. He's a good kid.
No one's home. We can turn around.
No.
Let's go back.
Just play it cool. Play it just like yourself. Just be natural. Don't forget, we're here for business. Let's do it.
He was like a kid actor, though. Very professional.
Hello, hi, Tim and Eric here.
Oh, hi there.
Hi, I'm Tim Heide. Hey, I'm Eric Wareheim.
Another situation where we've written ourselves into a Tim and Eric talking to a person at a store.
Yeah.
But that's what malls are about. I mean, what are you going to do? People talk.
Get over it.
Get over it. They can't all be shrimp bath scenes.
Yeah.
Won't be able to use any of that.
Cut the log.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Eric Wareheim.
We're here from Dobus. We're evaluating your balloon stand, and I'd love.
One thing I do like about the whole Tim and Eric thing is our idea of love and sex. It's just very messed up.
It's not traditional.
No.
I was in the audience. I saw your presentation. You were wonderful.
This was a joke that kind of got lost, was what she does there. She makes celebrity balloon impressions she makes these balloons that look like celebrities. And, you know, they don't really look like any of the celebrities, but it was one of those ideas that just took too long to explain. And by the time you get done explaining it, it probably wasn't worth the time explaining it.
I think there was a Tom Arnold joke in there somewhere.
Tom Arnold. I think one had glasses, so he was Woody Allen.
Woody Allen.
Whatever, Woody Harrelson, Woody Allen.
Kind of go over all the details.
Friday's no good. Jeff's got a lot of homework. We're going to concentrate on that.
Oh.
But that just goes to show you that there's so much work that goes into this, and you got to be willing to give up on ideas.
Tough thing.
But we would never cut this scene. Somebody suggested cutting this scene. We said, no.
Yeah.
No.
It's a powerful moment. If only we knew we could shoot a couple more. There's the store. Shh.
We probably could have just taken this scene and used it at a couple different places, just repeated it.
Slowed it down.
Elicited different emotions. What are you working on over there, bud? Little plot point here. We could just have somebody from the post department here put up a little dot on the screen whenever there's a plot point. Could be helpful.
Appreciate it.
Load up the Dobus presentation, please. See what I'm saying? It doesn't add up.
Eric, it's probably just a bug in the mainframe. I'll have Jeffrey run a diagnostic. We'll get it sorted out. It's not something to worry about.
It's a great read.
Yeah. There's also some good posters in this room. Saxmaster 3000. Old weird video games.
You know what your problem is? Your head's in the clouds thinking about Katie all the time. Let me ask you something. How many times you masturbate to her today?
Like 5 or 6.
5 or 6 times, when you should have been focused on the prize. You should be focused on this, opening up the Swallow Valley Mall, making the Mooney, okay? Not some dumb slut.
Hey!
I don't think we ever really explain or understand what their actual business plan is. And why they think they're going to make $1 billion doing this. There would have to be so much money spent to do what they wanted to do, like cleaning up the mall, and, you know, it takes quite a bit of investment. So I don't know where that money's coming from. I don't know how anybody can make $1 billion doing any of this.
As one of our old wardrobe girls would say, it's redonkulous.
Oh.
Here's a double apple bite. You don't see this very often.
I wished I had a bigger bite.
That bite was all mine because I worked hard for it.
Yep.
Tennessee, during the day, during in between takes here, was telling me about the metal detector he just got, and how he goes around Hollywood looking for gold. And I drew him a map of where I knew there to be a giant treasure underground.
Yeah. I also remember you two keeping that a secret from me.
Yeah.
I kept asking you, what are you guys talking about? And he's like, no.
Because Eric has his own metal detector.
Yeah. There's another beautiful eyes closed moment. Whenever we're doing reactions, we go through the gamut. Smile, frown, laugh, eyes closed, one eye closed.
It also shows the limits of this Schlang's ability to find us by really putting all their eggs in one basket with their mothers. They've just been questioning them for days, apparently. And what else are they doing? There's got to be other ways, methods of finding us.
When we originally wrote this movie, we
there's a whole other
David Liebehart and James Quall as the two detectives that were hired by the Schlang to find us.
That would have been a different movie entirely.
Yeah, that would have been very different.
Do you want to lose a finger too? Where are your sons?
I wish I could tell you what you need to know so you could get your $1 billion back to you, but I just don't think I...
It was a very hard line to figure out what we wanted to try to continue to do, ideas that you'd see on Awesome Show, and things that, well, we've done that already. We don't want to repeat ourselves too much. Some things are good to hit again and again, but felt like we saw Libby and Qual in Call of Duty. Felt like it might be a little redundant, right?
Yeah. Also, it just would have been
Would have been a very
nonstop
difficult shoot.
insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little plug for my iPad, which I had on set. I recorded that song "You're My Son" on my iPad on set in the GarageBand application. So if they want to send me an iPad 2 or a 3 for that work, appreciate it. It's just like a complimentary thing because I used the product. Plugged it.
Oh, yeah. I get it.
Well, if there is a yogurt man in there, Eric, then today he's getting his eviction notice.
Again, the pants, not very flattering.
Yeah. This is kind of a Scooby-Doo moment for us here.
Yogurt Man, are you in here?
Hello? Yogurt man? Oh!
You know, it's nice when you're satirizing bad writing, because you can actually just get away with bad writing and say that you're making a joke about bad storytelling.
Yogurt Man, stand down!
The boss, I did it!
Wait. Taquito?
Taquito?
I'm sorry, guys. I just don't want anything to change.
Yeah, it's bad writing when you say a line, "I don't want anything to change." Because that's, you should be able to say that in other ways. The audience can understand that.
Yeah. The writing in this scene should get like a D.
Well, especially this moment.
Taquito, we just had a Dobus meeting, and we've decided to let you run the mall fountain.
I remember I maybe had to do 20 or 25 takes of that line. Couldn't even get close to what those words were. It was a mess.
So, I think Taquito's going to be with us for quite some time.
Thanks, guys. I'll do the best I can. I hope I don't kick the bucket before I finish.
Yeah, we're not the best actors, and from a professional standpoint. And I think when sometimes we get asked to do other things, other people might not realize that, and we show up and do or say something, and it takes many takes to get it right.
Our first instincts are very far from what's good.
A little something here. It's called the Spanish Fly.
What is it?
Let's just say it'll enhance your lovemaking experience tonight.
Establishing that the Eric character here doesn't know what Spanish Fly is.
You swallow it? Come on, swallow it.
This is a moment where I didn't actually know what that pill was, and I didn't want to swallow it until they told me it was a sugar pill. That went right down.
Wish me luck, bud.
Guess I'll just stay here and work on Dobus.
Now, this little moment always makes us laugh, but it doesn't make anybody else laugh.
Yeah.
Because it's actually me doing 2 different takes at the end, and our editor kept both, which made us laugh.
And one thing I'd have to say is that I'd rather be...
Breadables call back to some of our earlier work. Tom Goes to the Mayor. Feels like a restaurant you'd find in Jefferton.
And the great James Qual here. I think some of these were his jokes here, written by him.
Accused one of being a loafer. Now, I had just come from Hollywood where they have...
I like that the idea of somebody doing a stand-up set while you're eating, but it's only like 2 minutes long.
Yeah, it's
so short.
It's getting a lot of laughs, though. It's so short.
Might be less than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You get 3 or 4 jokes, and then he's out. And he'll be back in what do you say? He'll be back in a few minutes? So that happens in like a loop every 3 minutes. He tells a 2-minute joke. And this is a line that we keep saying all the time. This is a funky place. It's become sort of another T-shirt idea.
Yeah, it's good to use when you go to
It's a funky place.
This is a funky place.
So you were telling me about your mom?
Oh, well, My mother calls every Saturday night, right?
This is one of those little dialogue back and forth where you write it, expecting it to change eventually because no one would ever talk about their mother calling, but just stayed in.
Twink was just willing to go for it.
It's getting hot in here.
I don't think so.
It's feeling really weird.
You okay, honey?
This next scene's going to be wild. You know it.
Wow. It's hot in here, Katie.
There's something called Spanish fly.
Eric, are you...
I am messed up.
I have way too many teeth in my mouth.
You might need some help.
Sorry, Art, there's nothing I can do for you now.
I'm gonna take you to the Shrimp Healing Center.
The idea that the best friend would poison the other best friend. You know.
Psychologically poisoned too, not just like, it'd be one thing to like give you make you have diarrhea or something or make you sick, but to like mess with your mind is pretty dangerous.
Put me down this bad trip.
It's also like playing a big chessboard too. You're like, the reasoning is I'm going to poison you so that it would ruin your date so that you'll not continue this relationship so you'll focus more on the business is pretty strategic.
I dropped those pants.
No need for a telescope at this distance, but gotta love a man with a mini telescope.
It seems like it's a telescope that projects the same distance.
Yeah.
It's not that
It's
much
just glass.
closer.
How was your date?
Not so good. Eric got sick.
Oh, that's too bad. Must be really unsatisfying.
And then the logic of that she would just go from that experience to accepting your proposal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's another case of not understanding women.
And by you saying you're so nervous, you're like saying her lines.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you sure?
No.
Let's go.
It's inevitable.
Step into the tub, my son.
Here we go, shrimp tub. This is one of those things that we wrote in the script, and we were like, wow, that's going to be wild.
And he's going to give you a nice, warm shrimp.
Ray Wise, amazing.
Although, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was not the original intention to have this scene and the sex scene montaged, correct?
You are correct.
That was a very long, hard process of tweaking and making work.
Yeah, this is an unbelievable move by Dan Hayworth, our editor, and Davin Wood, our composer, by trying to make some sort of song that cross-cut these two
A song that could be
scenes.
sensual and romantic, and then sort of change keys and emotions and get dark, and then kind of go back and forth without there being two different songs. So it was really, really challenging, and I think everybody should send Davin a note on Twitter or Facebook and say, great work, Davin, on that montage.
This art department did a great job on this brown. They actually heated up this liquid, which I think is soy milk and some oatmeal, and it was actually very comfortable to be in this bath. It looks disgusting, but I didn't mind it.
This was not comfortable for me. This was like, let's see how fast we can get this over with.
I remember just throwing you props, like, okay, here's this snake dildo.
Twink was very game and fun and, up for anything, but we should remember that she is old enough to be my mother.
Yeah, she's very flexible.
Let the brown, foamy mist wash all over you.
We ran 4 tubes under those kids and fired away. Jeff's never seen those kind of sex positions before.
This decision to put that thing on my head resulted in a red circle on my forehead for the rest of the day and the next day.
This is the power of shrimp.
It is?
Wow. Cutting the wolf howl climax. Just beautiful.
Salute to the greats, you know, Coppola, Scorsese, Tim and Eric.
Jeffrey? Is that you, boy?
The boy saw a lot that night.
What are you doing, Jeffrey? Where's Papa Tim? Is he inside? Where are you going? Hello? What the fuck?
Whoops.
Somebody wrote me after seeing this movie and says, "Is that a vagina? Are you wearing a vagina in the front of my crotch?" I didn't really know what he meant until I looked closer, and there is some kind of slit there. It's strange. It's meant for a woman to wear. You know? It's not meant for a man.
She was making me hard. Rock hard.
Sometimes when you're writing, you just look for opportunities to create moments that take you out of the scene and just add a joke.
Breaking the fourth wall here. We did this in almost every scene.
Did we?
I remember I would always look into the camera and say something just because I kind of get bored of just going through the motions. But we just left one in.
I feel like there was just, at this point, there was just so much plot happening. There's so much pretend drama. You kind of get exhausted from it. It was nice to break it up with a little check-in.
I had to play it because I needed to save my friend.
You poisoned me!
What else could I do?
You son of a bitch.
Guess what, guys? Calm down. This isn't really happening. We're just a couple of dudes making a movie, having fun, goofing around, spending somebody else's money.
How could you do that?
Very happy with the way some of these punches looked. Brutal.
Jim Joe? Why are you fighting? Stop fighting. Don't you remember my poem about peace? If you don't remember, I'll recite it for you. Jim Joe?
Peace.
Fight scene in a G-string is just pretty impressive. Running around L Hat.
Wow, that's an impressive stunt there.
Yeah.
Our one editor is always upset by that guy in the background there because he's like, it looks like the boom operator, but he's an extra cleaning up the topiary, the greens there.
Just it's trimming.
He's just watching us. And we had to remind the audience that Taquito's still a character in the movie. Oh yeah. Now this water, gang, could you imagine it colder? I mean, whatever the degree that water freezes at, I don't know. 20, 30, who knows? This is just above it, baby. Cold as ice. Not quite as cold as ice, but cold.
Guess what? Another emotional moment between friends.
One earlier version of this movie, actually quite close towards the very end of cutting the movie together, or editing and mixing the movie had wall-to-wall emotional music in it. And this was one scene where we took out some music because it was very soap opera-y, and it was just drowning the movie out. And it was a very last-minute thing to take some of the music out.
You do love her, don't you?
I really do.
It's not gonna bother you when you're making love to her that my wick got inside that hole?
Not at all, man. There's something special about it. You being deep inside like that.
Yeah. I also want to mention that there's very little meddling in this movie. A lot of people ask us, well, how did you get to make this thing that's so ridiculous? Luckily, we worked with some amazing people that, just let it work. Let's work it out.
You're gonna like all our new stores. Ooh, you're gonna like meeting my new son, Jeffrey.
My best friend Tim and I redid this whole mall for you. You gotta come down.
What's it gonna kill you? Come on down, it's for Doba's sake.
I'm gonna murder myself if you don't come down to my new fucking mall.
Come on down to the grand reopening of the Swallow.
This scene was in its entirety featured in the trailer for the movie, which I was not happy with. Because not only does it establish that we did successfully redo the mall, it shows a big funny part of the movie away. But what are you going to do? Hopefully people will forget.
And he sends this to me. He's been filling up my voicemail box for weeks with crazy rants about these guys.
But look at this. We got him, Tommy. We got him.
Earl, gather the men.
We found your boys. We're going to go get them.
That's where a commercial would go when this airs on Comedy Central or 3 in the morning, some other network.
Oxygen. Logo.
TBS.
I love this. He picks up the pretzels with his hands.
Dobus presents free pretzels.
All right. Well, listen, guys, on behalf of Dobus, I want to say thank you for all your hard
There was always sort of this weird discussion that we didn't really talk about, that this mall has been open the whole time. So you're just like, you see people like in the background going into stores and stuff, but it's a bit of an exaggeration that anybody would ever go to this mall when it's in its shit state.
There's also a constant battle of figuring out what time period are you in the mall.
Has it been cleaned?
Yeah, what state are the
50%,
stores?
100%.
1, 2, 3.
Taquito. It's wonderful.
It's not wonderful.
I worked really hard on it.
We should make a wish.
I love it. Oh, Dobus, I wish for this grand reopening to be the greatest grand reopening of all time.
I wish that Tim Heidecker remained.
There's a little continuity error when that coin is flipped around.
Yeah, it was annoying. We screened it very early on for some friends of ours, and Greg Turkington, that was his first comment, was, why is the coin one heads and ones? I'm like, really?
That's what you...
I know what to do.
That's what you did?
I'm gonna need some duct tape and some pizza.
These are real pizza slices. Some sort of lacquer on top of them. I remember fighting for that pretty hard. The realism.
Eric, I don't feel good about this.
It's a lot of just us standing around in the same position, watching insane things.
For you. Remember when we had pizza?
These wolves were really big, but they were the cutest things. It was actually very hard to get them to make these growls.
Have to ask you a little favor.
There's really only 1 or 2 shots we could use.
This is I think the idea here was that this was like a suicide kamikaze mission for Taquito, that he was going to lure the wolf out with the pizza.
There's some badass stunts in here, Tim.
It's gone. Must have snapped that neck on the way down.
He saved them all.
Tell you what, Taquito, we're gonna change the name of the pizza court to the Taquito Court. You hear me?
I like that line. Because of would they just serve taquitos then?
Taquito!
Mr. Weebs? What are you doing here?
I could sense my boy Taquito was in trouble.
It's too late. He's already dead. He sacrificed his body for the mall. He's gone.
Not dead yet.
I mean, this is an old comedy gag, but definitely one of my favorite scenes in the movie. Because for whatever reason, whether it's the music and the performances and everything together, it kind of has like a heaviness to it. It's kind of serious.
There's a love there between Weaves and Taquito, Tim and Eric, everyone caring for each other.
Would you like Uncle Damien to put some lead in you, son?
It's so cold down here. Put me to sleep forever.
Just the world that all these people live in. This is okay.
Yeah.
Any of this is okay.
I can't do it. Sorry.
This is all happening while the mall's open.
Yeah. And another, just like the sounds of the bullets and the way it's hitting the flesh. It's all just very real and not played for comedy. It's all played for drama, which makes it funnier. And that pizza flying off is one of the greatest little happy accidents. John is rigged with these squibs all over his body, and our amazing special effects guy Wayne was very concerned that one of these squibs that would be under the pizza would sort of go the opposite direction and hurt John. But guess he let it go on anyway.
Any minute now. Maybe I won't be sick in heaven.
He's dead. Is he dead?
Yeah.
Good.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye, Taquito. Thank you.
Terrible angle.
Back a little bit.
Got our blazers on. Something important must be happening.
You know what, Eric? There's something I need to tell you. I think you may have been right. I did some numbers crunching on my...
Big shout out to Ben Berman, who was sort of Eric and I's eyes behind the monitor and helped us put this thing together. When you're in front of the camera a lot, you don't have the opportunity to see what's going on in the monitors often. So Ben has been with us for a long time. We trust him, very talented director, and he was there to give us some support. Thanks, Ben.
I want to live in this fucking mall forever.
Forever? Do you forgive me for sleeping with Tim?
I do.
Now I can't keep my eyes open in this scene because the glare is so bright that it's physically impossible to have my eyes open.
Look, Dad, our first customers.
I don't think those are customers, son.
Uh-oh. Schlang's arrived. Look at that tiny telescope.
Shit. Schlang. They found us.
All right, everybody inside. Come on.
What's going on?
We shot this in the desert. We tried to cut out as many palm trees as possible.
I haven't seen one yet, have you?
Just in
in
this
the background
shot,
there.
But it's not too noticeable.
Listen up, Tim and Eric. We have you surrounded. And if you don't come out in 10 seconds, I'm gonna come in there and blow you to fucking hell.
There's no reason to believe that any business would behave this way in terms of repaying a debt.
Hey guys, it's me, Alan. I was the one who sent you the tape telling you where to find Tim and Eric.
Earlier we're getting, towards I guess we're kind of in the third act now of the movie, and I had said earlier that we would sort of warm up and loosen up into the commentary and start having fun with it. But that really hasn't happened. But, I think it's been pretty honest, at least.
Satisfactory.
I got it. Reggie, hey, come on in. Come here. How's everything?
I want to take a look at my hair in this next couple of scenes here. I don't know if it was that it started. The part in it's very strange. See if you notice. That it's fine there. It's later. It's there. It's different.
Go out there and tell them to put their guns down. Would you do that for us, Reg?
Dobus needs you, Reg, please.
Well, you'd be hitting it out of the park for us if you did it, Reg.
I can
You do it? Oh, good. Thanks, Reg.
Thanks.
Go ahead.
Well, you can really start watching this movie and just look at parts. Are you?
Yeah, everyone's got a part now.
Even Katie.
Hi.
And when we did this special effect coming up, this explosion, our special effects man, Wayne, turns to our AD, Nick Harvard, who's amazing, and says, "This is not safe.
We shouldn't be doing this," is what he said.
We shouldn't be doing this." And Nick says, "What the hell are you talking about? I have 100 people here on set. Is someone get hurt or not?" And Wayne's like, "I don't think so." So we said action. And everyone was safe.
How do you like that, Tim and Eric?
That didn't work. Sorry.
We're doomed.
What does that smell?
I pooped my pants.
Oh, ow, that's disgusting.
Another poo joke? You betcha.
I shouldn't have called. I just thought they were gonna give you a slap on the wrist.
Smells getting in my eyes.
Wait a second, I have an idea. Alan, you go back to your store and bring as many swords as you can carry.
Okay.
Crap.
You're all gonna die in there!
Parts. A lot of parts.
Here you go, guys. As many as I can muster.
Thanks so much, Alan. These are great.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Anything for you. I am a team player.
Oh, this one's nice.
Oh, yeah. That's one of my favorite ones. I personally sharpened that one. Ah!
That's for betraying us, Alan!
Nice.
There's the part. Watch this part now.
You know, this is it.
It's weird. See that?
Yeah. That's a weird part.
That one piece in the beginning, in the front, should just
Yeah.
be over to the other side. It's where it shouldn't belong.
I have something to say to you now.
Where's that eye line?
What are you looking at?
This was one of those final couple days of shooting where the list of shots and scenes we needed to do were just almost insurmountable and very complicated. Where should we be? Why should we be sitting down? Where should we be hiding? Why couldn't they just see it? Why aren't they coming in?
Why would you be doing a proposal at this moment?
Will you marry me?
Hey, Eric, where'd you get that big diamond?
I got it on the Diamond Gym set. I got tons of them.
Oh, yeah, I got a ton of them diamonds, too.
I got like $1 billion worth of them. Will you make me the happiest man on earth?
Yes, I do.
Katie!
Nice shooting, Tommy. Really, really good.
My love. No.
I like the subtle idea of you kneeling down, so that's why you didn't get shot. Now he got a good shot on you, but he doesn't take it. Doesn't take the shot.
No.
Still not taking the shot. Many opportunities.
Yeah.
Ah, shit. Come on.
For all you color correction nuts out there, it's a very technical side of filmmaking. This was a big creative choice we made at the very last minute, was to go sort of, how would you describe this look?
Sort of like a Western
Tarantino, Kill Bill kind of style, too.
It's like a cool thing. There's a very easy shot to either kill Tim or Jeffrey.
Yeah, they should be able to just be wasting us right now. Big time.
So using your new son as bait.
Slang's so dumb that he falls for it. Should be able to now reset and stare directly at us and shoot us to death.
No shields?
No. And he's still shooting. Should have gotten him out. Okay.
Originally, this was going to be a real effect of blood spurting out of these torsos. We had a hard time getting that to look real or funny. So we want some digital effects.
We can all drop the joke now that we got $1 billion to make this movie. We obviously didn't. We got very, very little amount of money to make a movie. And there were things that we wanted that we didn't get, but probably for the best, because you can go see any old movie and see all that crap.
This shot when we screened this in the early stages, there was no blood here, and people would just laugh. So we decided to keep it. Initially, they were supposed to have fountains of blood.
We were promised that there would be this amazing post-blood in the background, and we saw the first pass of that, and it looked like a terrible video game. I said, this isn't going to work. And then just to let everybody know that we don't think it's okay to just kill anybody for no reason.
Jeffrey Pish Heidecker.
Alan Bishopman, Reggie Pish, and Jeffrey Pish Heidecker.
Now, when it comes to making a sequel to this movie, it becomes very difficult to discuss because you can't really make a sequel to the movie that happened in that movie because now there's this other movie.
Yeah, we're not really
Who are these two people?
What'd you think?
As Steven Spielberg, I approve of this movie.
At least this is Spielberg approved. That's all I can say.
I wonder if he'll ever see it. I wonder if Steven screens movies at his house and somebody says, oh, you should see this one. They make a kind of a funny, very, it's not an insulting poke at you. And then maybe he'll he'll love the movie and he'll watch with commentary and he could hear me say all this about him.
I sure hope he does.
I want to just shout out to the man singing this song here. It is a man who where my parents live in Florida, they go see this guy play music every Tuesday night at the local sports bar. And we'd go see him whenever I'm visiting. So he had a great rock and roll voice, great singer. So
real musty.
Yeah, he's got kind of a musky, gravelly kind of voice. So instead of it being me or Davin or somebody famous, we thought we'd just give it a little local Florida flavor.
This is a nice classic celebration screening room scene. You've seen this in tons of movies.
A lot of times you'll make a film and then show what it's like to see the film at the end. What the audience must be going through right now.
Just congratulating ourselves for doing it.
There is something about, we put in these little cameo shots, sort of like they had in Airplane in a lot of movies. They'll show who was in the movie. It feels a little like a TV show, I guess, but we also had a version where the movie just kind of ended and it felt like you just wanted to sit with the movie a little bit. You didn't want to say goodbye to it quite that quick. And David did get cut out of this movie. We wrote a couple songs. In fact, one of the ideas was he was going to sing a song over the sex scene.
Yeah.
And
hopefully that'll be on this DVD.
Yeah, I remember it being a really good song. I don't know why it didn't work.
It's just too much heart.
So proud of it, as well as you, of you. And roll the credits.
And at this point, you're probably like, I've seen enough of Tim and Eric. Can you guys just
I was just thinking that when we screened it the other day, I was like, oh man, we probably should have cut that little bit.
We just introduced us again.
And then we get these other credits that are so redundant to what we just said. But unfortunately, gang, this wasn't our choice. This is something that was contractually obliged to do. Put in these credits here. That's all right.
We'll sit through it with you.
Well, just big shout outs to Will and Chris and Mark. Thanks, Mark, for letting us make this movie. Big shout outs to Shay.
Yo, Shay, what up?
Hey, Shay. Rachel, there she is. We talked about her. She's awesome.
Rosie.
We talked about her. She's awesome. Doug, Daniel, we talked about them. They're awesome.
Ben Berman, he's awesome.
We talked about Ben. He's awesome. Kreisel helped us.
Awesome.
He's awesome. He helped on a lot of different levels. Tim Heidecker, Eric Wareheim, awesome. And then, listen, what are you going to say? Bill.
Awesome.
Terrific. Erica Durant told you that story.
Awesome.
That was hilarious. Jeff Goldblum told you about that.
Awesome.
We told you about Robert Loggia's. Awesome.
Right, awesome. A lot of cool stories. Awesome.
Oh, Clark Ranking, he's 100,000 thanks. He's the best. Charles Bender, thank you for everything.
Awesome.
We talked about Davin, the best.
Or Tim and Eric shit.
And some of these people, didn't get to meet a lot of these people, actually. Can't speak on their behalf.
Nick Harvard, first AD, seriously could not have done this without him.
Then here you go. This really is the cast. So you get to see a lot of different people here. David Liebehart at the bottom there. Thanks, David, for being a part of the film. We appreciate it. We'll try to get you a DVD.
Do you think you'd ever watch the commentary? I don't know if you'd know how to do that.
Yeah.
Gotta read my mom.
I suppose so. This was obnoxious and weird that we had to do this, but we had to separate these guys out in the credits.
You're like, I'm just watching scrolling credits. What are these slates here?
It's so weird, but talk to my lawyer, babe.
Babe.
I've been saying baby a lot lately.
Baby.
Oh, Russell White did the sound for the movie. He gets kind of lost in the credits a little bit for some reason. It's just the life of a sound guy.
Yeah. A lot of the people that have worked on this movie have worked with Tim and I since we've been out here about 8 years. We've developed a small family here at Absolutely. They're just the best.
Melanie did a great job in makeup. It was the first time we worked with her, but she did a wonderful job with the whole Hollywood look.
Us, stand back security. I mean, amazing. I don't know what that says. Stand back.
Wayne, the medic, I remember Wayne was very helpful
cool.
when I got into a bicycle accident the last couple of days of shooting. Hurt my leg really bad. Thought I was going to have to go home. In
Really?
A stretcher. It was a very painful experience. Didn't break my... I felt like what's the bone between your knee and your hip? That big bone?
Femur?
The femur. I felt like I had broke that bone.
Jesus.
That's a big bone.
I forgot about that.
That's weird. Law offices of Wendy Heller. Wendy Heller was a girl I went to high school with. She
That
sat
is
right,
weird.
She sat right behind me because my last name was Heidecker. She was Heller. And that's not the same Davin Wood, that music editor. That's a different Davin Wood, but an honor to work with both of them. Not really much need for a soundtrack for this movie, with only 6 songs being represented in the credits. A lot of it's stock music. We could do one of those soundtracks where it's songs from and inspired by the movie and just put really popular songs.
Love to do that. Okay, the movie's over.
Oh no, wait a minute.
Great. Thanks. Good for
This is called, you guys have heard of a cold open. This is a hot close.
We actually got Michael Gross we extended an offer to him, and his son said, Dad, you have to do this.
You're not going to believe who I saw on Saturday night at a local tavern.
No.
Mike Gross with his son,
Wow.
whose name is Tim.
That's exciting.
And we said hello, and we talked for about 15 minutes about the movie, and his son didn't even know he was in the movie. And, Mike is just a great guy, and he didn't want to make a big deal about it, but that's Mike. Thanks, Mike.
And thank you guys for listening to the DVD commentary. We love you all so
And
much.
thanks, Mike Zanetti, for buying the damn thing.
Thanks, Mike. Tim's dad.